Stop scrolling. You are about to see a sitting judge help an illegal immigrant escape federal ICE agents right out the back door of a courthouse. Look closely at this security footage. Wait, did you catch that? Look closely at the rainy street view right here. That is an actual federal ICE agent completely losing his target. You can see the agent running out into the weather, trying to figure out where the guy went. What blows my mind about this specific moment is the sheer misdirection that had to happen right before it. We are talking about a coordinated effort inside a courthouse to usher an illegal immigrant out the back door, leaving federal law enforcement literally out in the cold. It is wild to think that someone on the bench, someone sworn to uphold the law, orchestrated this literal escape route. Look at the agent's body language. He is on his phone, entirely confused. This isn't a movie scene. This is a real-life evasion of federal authorities facilitated by a sitting judge. It really makes you question the boundaries of judicial power and what happens when personal politics completely override federal mandates. How often does this happen without cameras rolling?
We also heard from Hannah Dugan for the first time since her trial started back in December, and the former Milwaukee judge expressed no remorse for guiding federal agents away from her courtroom and sending the illegal immigrant they were waiting for out a back door. In fact, she told the judge her acts that day were consistent with community concerns at the courthouse.
Now check out this internal hallway angle. We get a clear view of the target being quietly escorted through the back corridors of the courthouse. There is no rush, no panic, just a calculated, quiet exit strategy in motion. This is the visual definition of a backdoor deal. It is fascinating because it looks so ordinary on the surface. If you did not know the context, you would think it was just a standard day in court. But the reality is, this is a federally wanted individual being shielded by local authorities. The sheer coordination required to pull this off without raising immediate alarms inside the building shows that this was not a spur-of-the-moment decision. It was a deliberate, tactical move to bypass ICE. It raises massive questions about jurisdiction. Who truly owns the authority in these local halls? When a judge decides federal law does not apply in her building, this quiet walk down a linoleum hallway becomes a massive constitutional crisis.
And this sentence came down no prison time and just a $5,000 fine for former Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan, which is far less than the 5 years behind bars that she was looking at. U.S. District Judge Lynn Edelman explained that prison time was not necessary given Dugan's decades of public service, saying there is no indication the defendant acted for personal.
And here is the architect of the whole escape herself, Judge Hannah Dugan, casually walking to her car. Look at her demeanor. There is zero panic. She just walked out of a courtroom where she effectively thwarted a federal operation, and she looks like she is just heading out to grab lunch. It is a surreal contrast to the frantic chase we just watched outside. She ended up getting slapped with a $5,000 fine for this, which, let's be honest, is practically a rounding error for a prominent judge. No jail time, no massive professional destruction. Just a fine, and she gets to walk away. It forces a really uncomfortable conversation about a two-tiered justice system. If an average citizen actively harbored someone and helped them evade federal agents, they would be looking at serious prison time. But when you wear the robe, the rules seem to bend. It is a fascinating look at how institutional power protects its own, even when they blatantly cross the line.
To dictate to anyone who it should be or how we get there, but I will say this: it needs to be open, transparent, and democratic.
Switching gears completely, pay attention to this self-recorded clip from Graham Plattner. This is a guy whose political career just imploded on national television. He is recording this statement to officially bow out of a massive Senate race after some incredibly heavy allegations surfaced. You can literally read the defeat and exhaustion in his face. It is a stark reminder of how fast the political machine will spit you out when you become a liability. One day you are the chosen candidate, and the next, your own party is practically changing the locks on the doors to distance themselves from you. Notice how carefully he chooses his words here, trying to maintain some shred of dignity while the walls cave in. It is raw, unfiltered political survival mode. The party elites looked at his poll numbers tanking after the scandal and pulled the plug instantly. It is a brutal, unforgiving game, and this clip is the visual equivalent of a career flatlining in real time. What would happen if you pulled a stunt like this? Let me know in the comments and hit subscribe for more raw breakdowns.